then the music becomes right in these slower tempi that have a kind of subdivision of emotional drag. Okay? It's great to hear you. Thank you. He ran in to sing and just apologizing that he has to go. I think we must be grateful. Wonderful. Okay, we're going back to France. And let me give you a hint. If you'll play 2/5 alters, and you did very well. What I would like to work on is a little bit more sculpting of the quality of the tones in the piano part, so that I feel that you have a trio of your own. You have a cello, a beautiful French cello, please. Yeah. Big, long, dotted half notes underneath. And they're full of sonority, but they're not loud. And the arpeggios inside are not in perfect rhythm, but they are not imperfect. What they have is a flow, a sense of motion. Sometimes it's ya. Every French person I ever worked with on this piece says, if you start purely a tempo, you've lost the audience, it's too late, the rest of the song is they said, and I think there's some truth to that. So there's, I mean, it's hints of German romanticism, but it's really not that much. So feel that your insides, all those 16th notes, have the possibility of forward and backward motion, even tenuto. But they cannot disturb our perception of the simplest yeah. Now, is this song is marked at 12/8. What do you feel when you're singing and playing?
Kind of in two.
In two? So do.
No, then four.
Four. Yeah. It has to be four. Now, I think you have to play it in two. But the rubato, if you will, that's a gross word for what we're doing here. But the tiniest rubato humanly possible, let's call it, is based on what she does with the words. If she says, what are you going to do? You're going to slow down and take the time on clair de lune, and then you're going to flow through the downbeat. Guess what? That is very French. They hate clair de lune, that late, that downbeat arrival. We can't stand that across the bar line. Yeah? So let's work for a little bit. I'm going to sit right here. I would ask you to color words more. Okay. The first time, in my opinion, the way it's set, so that we take away the stress of clair in length and in vibrato or focus or love, whatever it is. The first time and the second time we're going to say clair de lune. So there is time getting from to do, and then it moves. So when you get, Samantha, to the fourth beat, the do goes back to tempo. So all you're going to have to do now is really going to be, again, my first score, once I was told this, is so full of arrows forward with a squiggle, squiggles with an arrow forward, arrows backwards, little squiggle, circled word, Claire, ooh, DT. I love that one because I can reach the octave low G's, DT. Thank you very much. It would fuir. So I want you to sing the rhythm of your words. I want you to make space and time for yourself. This is where what Mr. Van said to me was the truest thing ever. Yes, this music is simple, but it is not metronomic. It is subtle. But the feeling of the sort of rocking, Duparc wrote this sort of like a forêt one you are singing to, the beloved that you hope will make you well. You hope it will be. This person will be your beloved and will make you well. Let's try it. Now, can you adjust your pedal a little bit sometimes so that the repetitions don't take on more sound? No, just maybe lighten up as you do it the second time. Don't change it. That's okay. If you can do it without taking time. Yes. Sing the little notes. I want you to sing the little notes. You're actually not making as pretty a sound on the little notes, on the d,
Okay.
as the other things. Yeah, that was beautiful. I don't mean to make you scared. I want you to feel freer. The goal is to feel free and to feel that you have some sense. I don't even care sometimes if you're 100% together. I will go on record as saying I think that there's much too much. Now, once you're sophisticated and you know well and you don't do this grossly, I think there's much too much focus on being vertically together. I'm not talking about this morning's class. I adored that class. And we have to start, and I know better how to go into a chamber music group next week if I have one to do because of that class. But when we're playing something like this, that is so horizontal, the vertical is aided by the horizontal thought for the sophisticated performers. Yeah? So I want you to feel freer, not less free. Okay? So a little bit of that body that comes back to tempo. And you can give us this time. I want to hear the second note. I want to hear the two notes. The two note sorts. What are they? Yeah, but what do they mean? If you were writing, if this is your musical poem, what does that mean? Size. Yeah. So you may need your own rubato. She's going to have to listen to you. Here we go. Beautiful. Keep breathing.
Okay.
You're eager to call your beloved. You're eager to explain when this happens, but it stops you in your tracks to say his name, even if it isn't his name.
Yeah.
I don't know where else to start. The idea is for the word that carries the definition. Once we get to ballad, we are home free. So why did the composer say ballad? Does he want to be on vibrato on the mute? No way. He wants it on ballad. That's where you're going to sing your ballad. Yeah? It's just backwards from everything we know about singing and language. Allows a place to start. This is good.
one afternoon, although I worked with them for 2 years, that was magic. And coming out of the next journal is my long, summer-long interview with Pierre Lallet, trying to find him wherever he was, in French. And he talks about this. He says, no, Margo, it's not an accent, it's a stress, and it's the insistance that results in the flow that comes after it. And then he gets them off talking about how singers don't value, French singers don't value vibrato or high. It means nothing to them. Why? Because it meant something to everybody else in the world, so the French have to be good. I mean, that's the way it seems to me. It's like a badge of honor